Setting up a company in China is a complex process with 8 to 12 Chinese bureaus to go through, and the whole process takes 3 to 8 months depending on your industry, business scope, and the type of entity you want to set up in China. The procedure of setting up is very different from setting up an entity in Western countries, and one of the special things for doing business in China is the use of company chops, or seals, or some people call them stamps. The 3 different names are referred to the same device. Chops have been a part of Chinese culture for thousands of years. The earliest known seals date from the Shang dynasty, and the chops became widely used during the Warring States period, when they were used for signing official documents. Today, chops are used for a wide variety of purposes in mainland China, such as identification when signing for a parcel or registered mail, or signing checks at a bank. Because chops are hard to forge and should only be accessible to the owner, they are accepted as proof of ID, which is essentially how China's chop system works. And in business, this device is used by administration and management to legally authorize documentation, as in China, documents are rarely ratified in the Western manner with a physical signature, but with a chop instead. A company may hold a wide range of chops in China, each being used for different purposes and applying to different documentation. The company chop is the most important and powerful chop among all. It is mandatory for every company incorporated in China, which provides legal execution for all documents, and is at least required when any important documents are signed, issued, or to be changed. The company chop contains the registered name of the company, and it must be approved by the Public Security Bureau of China. As part of the incorporation procedure, a foreign invested enterprise must produce this chop once the company has been registered with the Administration of Industry and Commerce, because it is required when opening a bank account later in the procedure. There are also a number of most commonly used chops which only have a very specific scope and power, such as financial chop, invoice chop, and contract chop, and some others. The financial chop, for example, is for issuing checks and other finance-related paperwork. Banks require companies to provide the financial chop for filing when opening an account, and such filings will be needed for authentication during future transactions. So, how important are the chops? Well, a document with a company's chop affixed is a binding commitment on the company's legal representative. Using a company chop, someone could actually change the stock structure of your Chinese company and allow control of it to be signed over to another group or individual. Inappropriate use of chops may cause serious legal or financial problems for the company. As an accounting service provider, we have seen many real cases where the in-house accountant who had access to the chops made transfers from the corporate account to the individual account and stole the company's money easily. Since the little chops have such great power, they must be carefully managed. An appropriate chop management system should be in place to control the use of chops, which often requires written information each time a chop is used. Legal representative or general manager must keep track of the use of chops, as documents will take legal effect once it has your company's chop affixed, and it is considered to be your decision by law.